What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer from the Mile Wide Beer Company, and they are out of Louisville, Kentucky, and this is their McPoyle. So this is a milk stout, comes in at 6.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed because that's the trend nowadays. No canned on date, but I'd say this is relatively fresh, and that's because this was sent to me by a good friend of mine and fellow beer tuber, that being Rod over at Rod J BeerVentures. I'll post a link in the description box to both Rod's channel and the beer mail unboxing video that I did if you want to check out the goodies that Rod sent my way. So thank you very much, Rod. Truly do appreciate it. Now, I haven't had anything from, no, I actually have had one beer from Mile Wide. I can't remember what it was. It was sent to me by my buddy Todd, and I remember liking it, but again, I forget what it is. And Rod sent me two beers from Mile Wide in the beer mail. And the cool thing about it is both of the beers are kind of just like regular old styles. This is a milk stout. The other beer he sent me was an American brown ale, which is nice because it breaks up the monotony of drinking all these New England style IPAs, milkshake IPAs, pastry stouts, kettle sours with fruits, and so on and so forth. Love all those styles, but sometimes you just want like an American brown ale or milk stout or whatever, you know? So that's cool that Rod did that because, you know, I haven't reviewed enough regular styles on my channel. But anyway, so yeah, this is a stout that is brewed with lactose, and I want to get into it. So let's give it a pour, see what we got going on. I'm going to use the left-hand brewing glass because, well, one of my favorite milk stouts of all time is their nitro milk stout. So anyway, let's give this a crack. Now, I put this in the fridge because of the lactose in there, and from experience, I know sometimes lactose beers like to turn bad or get infected or get sour. I've had it happen a couple times with lactose beers, so I threw it in the fridge, but this has been out of the fridge for like 40 minutes, so it's close to room temperature. Anyway, let's get a pour on this. Try to generate a decent sized head here. Throw this over here for you, babies. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Anyway, why do I always devolve into Dusty Rhodes? Always saying daddy, baby, baby, Dusty Rhodes. Anyway, this looks like a milk stout. It is it's a dark brown, has ruby red hints to it. Not straight up black, has a finger of a straight up mocha colored head. Very creamy looking, plays the role. I was gonna say black at first, but definitely ruby red tinges, more of a dark brown. Anyway, let's get a nose on it. Yeah, wow, that's actually smelling really nice. Very roasty. It's almost coming off, honestly, like a peanut butter stout. It has those nutty qualities to it, along with that roasted malt character, a bit more sweet, excuse me, more sweet vibes from the lactose. Maybe an undercurrent of like toffee and caramel. Really no bitterness to speak of. This is a bit of a sweeter stout, which most milk stouts are. But yeah, that roasted malt character is almost morphing into this slightly nutty character that's coming off as like peanut butter. It's not huge, but it's very noticeable. Yeah, not much going on. Not much going on. Not much else going on. Roasted malt, a little bit of nuttiness that's coming off as peanut butter. A bit sweet, so you're getting that lactose and undertones of like caramel and toffee. Smells pretty good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone, and thank you, Rod. I truly do appreciate it. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's not overly sweet. I was worrying about that in the nose because there really was absolutely no bitterness to speak of on the nose. Like, it just came off as like sweet peanut butter, sweet chocolate. Even though there wasn't really big chocolate tones in the nose, it just came off as a sweeter, like, not candy, but just definitely sweeter in general. Yeah, so it kind of, the taste kind of follows the nose. There is a substantial nuttiness from this one, which is kind of weird for me, but also inviting a bit. Like, I like that it's just not a straight up regular milk stout. There's nuances here to kind of separate it from the pack. So definitely roasted malts. The sweet notes are coming from that lactose, but that nuttiness is like a peanut butter character. Now in the taste is not so much as like a creamy peanut butter, but more of just like you took peanuts and mashed them up. So almost like an authentic peanut butter where they add nothing to it but just crushed up peanuts. That's kind of what I'm getting from that nuttiness. It's like lower side of medium body. It is a bit thin. Paul over at PA Brew News, it is a bit thin. But there is a nice creaminess to the mouthfeel. Not overly so. The lactose isn't going crazy in this one, but it does have a nice mouthfeel to it. It's slightly soft. The carbonation's there, but very, let's say, you know, low carbonated in comparison to like a normal regular milk stout. I really do dig the bitterness though on the back end. It's not overly bitter, but when you have so much perceived sweetness in the nose and then some of that translates into the actual taste, you kind of want something to meet it halfway, and it does. Bitterness meets it halfway, and it's just like a generic bitterness, just generic as can be, but it does stop it from being too sweet. There's a semi-dry finish to this one. It kind of makes it a bit more drinkable as you want to keep on going into it. Yeah, it's a nicely done milk stout. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Body and mouthfeel, pretty spot on. The taste, albeit slightly different than I expected with that nutty, almost peanut butter character. It does have the traditional characteristics you want from a milk stout, the sweeter lactose, roasted malt. The one thing that might be lacking from this one is like a chocolate. I'm not getting an overabundance of like chocolate, whether that's milk or dark. And that caramel and toffee, while in the taste, is very subdued and dialed back from the nose. So proper milk stout, albeit slightly different. That said, it's a damn good beer. So I have no problem giving this a Nick out of 5. You guys probably don't know what a Nick out of 5 is, but Nick Lowe, it's Nick Lowe over at Maxwell Star Beer Reviews. He has a tendency to give everything a 3.75 out of 5. So that's what I'm going to give it, a 3.75 out of 5, a Nick out of 5. So shout out to you, Nick. But yeah, 3.75 out of 5. This isn't blowing my mind or anything. At the same time, it's pretty damn tasty. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I'll end up finishing the rest of this, and I have no issue at all drinking the rest of this and having a good time. So appreciate Rod sending this one my way, and I appreciate you all stopping by for another beer review. And like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to. And until the next one, cheers.